a very last minute emergency episode of Not from Boston. We got a trade.
What's going on? What's happening? What is happening?
So let me give you a quick rundown. Where are my notes? So the Boston Red Sox have made a trade with the St. Louis Cardinals for right-handed pitcher Sonny Gray and cash, about $20 million of cash. The Cardinals get left-handed prospect Brandon Clark and Richard
It
Fitz.
fits.
Hi, Dick Fitz. Sonny Gray is 36 years old. Uh, his contract is $31 million. He's in the final year of his contract, $31 million, with a $10 million buyout for a mutual option.
Yeah.
So that's $41 million, but the Cardinals are sending 20 million. So it's basically a $21 million rental for 1 year. Sonny Gray, has had some unlucky years, but last year, pretty good. 14-8, 180 innings pitched,
Yeah. Yep.
200 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely not like,
He's
uh,
not elite.
yeah, if he can do that, I mean, if he can do that again, that's great. Real question is like, is this what Breslow meant when he said he was getting a number two? Because then,
This is where I just to jump in.
yeah.
I was very certain we literally talked to Jen McCaffrey about it based on what was said at the GM meetings and at the press conference that again it's similar to the full throttle thing. If I'm
Mhm.
being honest, I'm coming in like a little upset right now. I'm not like I like Sonny Gray. I'm sure he'll do a good job. I don't know what the plan for him is. I think he's capable. He's a Chad innings eater. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
gonna, but my contention, and maybe this is my fault, but from what I took from the press conference that was given by Craig Breslow and company, is that we are not wasting our time with a 4-5 starter, and we're going after a very clear number two starter and a very clear middle of the order bat. Where I get frustrated with this front office is when I feel like we are, I don't want to say gaslit, but we're sort of a little bit gaslit into believing like, nah, man, that's a number two starter right there, dude. If you look at the spin rate of his fastball, he's capable. And then next thing you know, instead of Pete Alonso or, I know we both don't really want this, but like trading for Ketel Marte, like instead of like a real middle of the order bat, they'll go out and get like a Jeff McNeil or something. Like, look, man, he can hit it at number three in the order. Like, I I really wonder if this is about the cash. And that's kind of like one of those things that is very Red Soxy in terms of the Devers trade, just to take it back to that as well. Clearly, like in hindsight, it's been months and months and months. Dude, getting Devers off the books and getting his contract off the books was clearly the motive behind that trade. 100%. The cash, it was, you said, about $20 million for
Hmm.
this.
Yeah.
That to me is almost more of it. They're like, Richard Fitz is like, okay, we don't really need him. We'll get a replacement, sort of a like for like replacement, and we'll get some cash. Like, I wonder if that's what this was all about.
Yeah, I mean, so here's I mean, it's very early in the off season. Like I think we have a long way to go before spring training, and I think other moves could happen. Um, I'm not entirely convinced that this is our number two.
No,
Or that this is that I mean, like I'm not entirely convinced that Breslow got this guy with the expectation he'd be a number two because he's a 1 year rental and because there's still a lot of financial flexibility, especially because we got the 20 million from St. Louis. I
right.
mean, literally that money is the difference between the Sox having a payroll that's currently still under the luxury tax and being already over.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that does make a difference. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's um if they still go and get a number two, like if they go and um I mean, this makes me think that if they're getting a number two, they're getting him from the market. They're not trading. Um,
I would assume so, but then I'm a little confused because the market isn't. That's kind of what all of what you just said combined with like my fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, like we're going full throttle and then like nothing happens. Like a little bit of the PTSD of like, which I don't want to make light of that terminology, but you know what I mean, of like is this really it? I don't know. I worry about the free agent market for pitchers right now. Like, what are we gonna go? Is Ranger Suarez the number two? Because I do like Ranger Suarez, but is that who else is available? Cease is a free agent, right? Or no?
East is a free agent.
Oh yeah,
King is a free agent. Both of them have qualifying offers attached, which means losing a draft pick.
right.
But I don't think the Sox have a very high like. I don't think the draft pick they'd be losing. I don't think is very like high to begin with.
I don't think
So,
they're even worried about that anymore. I don't think that's something we need to be concerned about. I mean, look, all three of those names, Suarez, King, and Cease, are like Cease didn't have a good year, but I think he something was going on with him. He's capable. I just to me it seemed very clear, and I'm not a GM, but it seems like the bat is on the free agent market, the pitcher is in a trade. That's what it feels like to me, because this is probably one of the more underwhelming pitcher free agent classes we've had in the last 5, 6 years. I can't think of one that's less off the top of my head. Like none of these guys are aces, none of these guys are Cy Youngs. You know, they're solid number two, number three starters. So I guess that would fill the void that we said we were going to fill, but we have so much trade potential. I think that's maybe also why I'm a little frustrated, is because I thought of Richard Fitz sort of as trade fodder, maybe anyway, but not for Sonny Gray.
yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, I definitely more than Richard Fitz. I'm surprised to see Brandon Clark
Yeah,
go.
number five overall prospect.
Yeah, he's yeah very highly regarded, really talented. I mean that just I think this speaks to just the depth of pitching in this organization now, where we can afford to let Clark go. I mean Sonny Gray, looking at his numbers, I mean yeah, his I think his ERA is a little
It's in the
inflated
fours.
last year, but in terms of his other metrics, like uh he led the league in, his walk to strikeout ratio is great.
Yeah,
Um, he yeah, I think the fact that he's an innings eater is really good and he strikes out a lot of guys. Like I think if he's healthy, then this is great. As a depth piece, like I think a rotation where I mean, I would even, you know, having him or Bayo in the three spot and then having the other one be a number four is like I think like that makes our rotation a lot better.
it does.
Um, but I think this I don't think it remains to be seen, but like I don't think this is a number two. I hope it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think
Uh,
that is ultimately my confusion, is I was expecting our first move to be, come out with a bang, come out swinging, and just be like, hey, okay, even if it's Ranger Suarez, like, dude, we picked him up for 5 years, he's gonna slot right into the number two, number three. I feel like Bayo is a slightly, excuse me, slightly better version. I just woke up and haven't had coffee yet, so excuse me. I feel like Bayo is a slightly better version of Sonny Gray, like right-handed pitcher, a lot of moving fastballs. Sonny Gray, I would like to look at his pitch mix. And I will bring this up too. First of all, I'm being very negative because again, I just woke up and haven't had my coffee. I actually really like Sonny Gray. I really like his personality.
mhm.
Back before Trevor Bauer became whatever the hell he is now, I used to watch his YouTube channel. And when he was on the Reds, he had a lot of Sonny Gray on there. And I
Yeah.
really liked Sonny Gray. I remember thinking, like, man, he'd be a good Red Sox because he's just kind of like a funny guy. He has a good personality. However, my concern with Sonny Gray sort of falls into the Carl Crawford, maybe sort of Jason Bay. Jason Bay was pretty good for the Red Sox, but
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about when the lights shine brightest with him because his tenure in New York was a disaster. And I think from a media market, I think maybe New York, Boston, Los Angeles, maybe Chicago. Those are like the big media markets. And I think it's going to be hard. That's not an easy place to play. If you have a few bad starts in a row, you'll get ripped apart. And I know that got to him in the past. So
Yeah.
that would be a concern I have. However, I do like the fact that he's like a 13-year big league veteran. He's had a couple really good seasons under his belt. He has playoff experience. He's played for a big team before. So I think overall, like I would give us a B minus, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if I forget what his injury history is. I'm like looking at it right now,
He's had a
but
few. I want to look at his pitch mix. Sonny Gray pitch. This all happened,
that's
guys, like literally 20 minutes ago, and we just texted each other like, let's jump on right now.
he's
So
got 7 pitches.
wow, two seam, four seam, sinker, sweeper, slider, curveball, changeup. So like I like that. I like guys that don't just come out and pump 100 and throw a slider. Like we have enough of that already. So
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if if Andrew Bailey was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna we're gonna use this. We're gonna pump the slider a little more,
yeah,
and we're gonna dump one of these." Why is Baseball Reference not cooperating with me? Um, and we're gonna like dump, you know, the cutter or the sinker or we're gonna dump one of these fastballs.
yeah. You know, it's interesting because I'm also thinking like, is there a world he's going to be a starter? There's no way he's not going to be. This is
Oh, he's
just like
100% gonna be a starter.
this is just not like we literally just talked to Jen 4 days ago, and this was a name that was not even. We wrote out notes and shared questions we were going to ask before. This isn't a name of a player that was not even in the stratosphere of what we were talking about. So it's just kind of a shock. It's like it is sort of like a little bit like the Devers trade, where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely surprising. I mean, I think this is definitely less devastating than the Devers
Oh,
trade.
I'm fine with this trade for sure. This is not a bad trade at all. I just think it's to be fair to Sonny Gray, he's played how many seasons? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12 seasons in the bigs, it looks like. He has a career ERA of 3.5. He's projected to have a 3.4. Last year seemed over the last 5 years to be a bit of an anomaly, a 4.2 ERA. And yeah, his strikeout numbers aren't terrible. I don't know. Maybe this will work out. I mean, I hope it does. As I mentioned, like Sonny Gray, the person, I just worry about his New York tenure I think his ERA was close to 5. It was a disaster.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think time will tell. I think also interesting that the winter meetings are still a couple
Not a
weeks
fun decision.
away. Dude, for whatever reason, Baseball Reference is trying to verify that I'm a human so I can look at the versus finder and
Yeah.
it won't verify me. I'm human.
Oh,
I swear to God. What the fuck?
wait. How old is Richard Fitz?
He's like not even 30. He's like 25, 26.
He's like in his early 20s, right? I'm a
I
little,
mean, also remember, we just made a deal with Heim Bloom.
huh.
But
Very.
interestingly, neither Fitz nor Clark are guys that Heim brought to the
No,
Sox.
they're
They're
Breslow
both
guys.
Breslow guys. So we didn't like it's not like Bloom had the inside track on like what um on our guys. Um
So, okay, I really, the more I'm looking at this, sorry, I feel like we keep jumping over each other because this is such a surprise. Like, we
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
plan
yeah.
this. Is just like, I think the cash is a big piece of this. I'm going to double down on what I said earlier because 20 million, I'm looking right now, like, any prospect, as we know, is not a guarantee. And I brought this example up many times on this show, but like Jeter Downs is my ultimate example of that. Like that guy was supposed to be a
Mhm.
fucking stud. He was supposed to be, the heir apparent to Dustin Pedroia, is going to play some second base, maybe move over to shortstop. And he is now batting 200 in the Korean League. So as much as I think it's a shame to get rid of a Brandon Clark, we don't know what that's going to be. Same as, James Tibbs when we traded him, which ultimately ended up not working out, but we don't know what that guy's going to be at the big league level.
Yeah.
So I think if the 20 million goes, because we also obviously have to talk about the Mets trade while we're here, because I think
Oh
that
yeah, yeah, we can definitely talk
somewhat
about that.
impact us in the wake. If that 20 million goes to an extra year of Pete Alonso, then maybe this all makes sense. Maybe that was just this is a little bit of fundraising to go get a Pete Alonso, to go get a big Kyle Schwarber, to bring back an Alex Bregman. Um, I don't know. That is what sticks out the most to me because it's not a like for like again, but it's a replacement that I could see being like, okay, Fitz is gone, but we got Sonny Gray, kind of fills the same void. Sonny Gray's more of a starter, but the
Yeah.
cash helps.
Yeah, the cash is like is pretty huge. I think that would
20.
really um it would really, I mean, that would definitely color this trade differently. The thing about Sonny Gray that's interesting, I mean, I know that the Red Sox are prioritizing like velocity and strikeouts,
Yeah.
and Sonny Gray definitely delivers on the strikeout front, but in terms
Yes.
of velo, Sonny Gray does not have velo.
93, 94.
His average fast four seam is 91.7.
91?
Uh Top side
Wow.
93.7.
Old school pitcher.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like his I think it's his pitch mix that makes him valuable. So I'm really yeah, I'm really curious what the Red Sox pitching development does with him. Like that's so again, yeah, it's like very different from what everyone else on this roster can do.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's got one, two, three, what, 3 or 4 seasons of 200 strikeouts. I mean, he is a strikeout pitcher, which is crazy that he doesn't have a lot of velocity.
I mean, he's finished in the
Top
top.
three in Cy Young, I'm pretty
I
sure.
was gonna say, yeah, he's been a Cy Young candidate three times um in his career. He finished 18th in MVP voting 2 years ago.
Sonny Gray.
Like,
I was looking at Fangraphs, or yeah, Fangraph. I'm gonna look at baseball.
oh, I don't use Fangraphs.
Bro, he has a Cy Young 3 and a Cy Young 2.
Yeah,
Okay, so listen, maybe like his FIP last year was also 3.3. I'm a little down on FIP. I don't really believe in that much, but what you can garner from a 4.2, his FIP is almost an entire point lower than his ERA, is
yeah,
that the defense let him down quite a bit.
yeah. I also, I mean, again, also important to remember this is a 1 year thing. Like, they're
Yes.
not going to take the mutual option.
No, it's a 1 year.
So I think like in terms of like a 1 year rental, like this is pretty good. And if they get a number two, then like it's definitely a win now situation.
I would think so. I mean, yeah, because the thing, my dad's actually here, and my dad's a big Red Sox fan. We were just talking about it, but like, you got to think Giolito is well, I don't know, because Giolito had a good year last year, but then prior to that wasn't good and had injury issues. But like, this feels like a very mild downgrade to Lucas Giolito based on last year only.
Yeah, I think so it's funny. I think this is an upgrade from Giolito.
Really?
Because Giolito, like his numbers were good, but like his underlying, like if you go to Baseball Savant and like you look at his underlying metrics, like uh I don't think he's long, like his metrics are not good compared to
Yeah,
Sonny. Like his average
and
velo
he's
is down, his chase rate's down. Uh I think I think Giolito's younger and he commands more of a contract as well. Like I think his value isn't as high as Sonny Gray's anymore. So I
yeah.
personally see this as an upgrade. I mean, like yeah, Giolito only pitched 145 innings last year.
Yeah, and now it's interesting because again, FIP is such a weird metric to me, but he's the opposite of Sonny Gray, where his ERA is in the low to mid threes and his FIP is in the low fours. So it's almost like he lucked out and had a lower ERA, which is very
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, 121 strikeouts too is like, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not great.
getting a guy who's like consistently throwing where is this number? Like who's consistently throwing close to 200 strikeouts when he's healthy is so much better than I think what Giolito can offer. I mean, I think I'm just like also scrolling Twitter trying to like take the temperature of Red
Yeah,
Sox
that's what I'm doing
emotion.
right now too.
Um and I think, a potential rotation of Garrett Crochet, a number two, Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, and Connolly Early is one of the best rotations in baseball.
Yeah, if he's the number four, that's disgusting. That's really good.
Like yeah, so I think time will tell. Uh, but yeah, I'm a little, I'm staying a little optimistic here.
We're having a little good cop, bad cop here. I actually will be honest. I agree with your feeling about this. I actually like the more we've talked about it already, I could get behind this. I think the cash is if it gets used similarly to Devers. If Bregman comes back and we get a Pete Alonso or a Kyle Schwarber, then it's like, all right, all is good in the world. It's all good. Everything kind of makes sense. What I fear a little bit with this front office is that again, he gets shoehorned in as the number two starter, and we go get some middle of the order bat that's like not quite as good as what we I think deserve in this lineup, and then we're told, look, we did it. We
Yeah.
spent money.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean that could definitely still happen, and we'll shit on them if it does.
yes.
Um, but I also, I mean, yeah, I think also I just looked at one thing that I just saw pop up is Connolly Early's got one of the worst ERAs at Yankee Stadium. That's a
I
concern.
I mean, he pitched well in that playoff game. It wasn't really his fault. He had a bunch of freaking duck fart hits that just snuck through the infield. Like nobody barreled the ball
No,
against
sorry,
him.
sorry, sorry. Sorry, Sonny Gray has one of the worst ERAs at Yankee
Well,
Stadium.
yeah, because his 1 year at Yankee Stadium, he had like a 5 ERA. It was horrible.
Yeah, so like that's a concern. Like
Yeah,
that I'm like, okay, he's definitely gonna have to pitch there a fair bit. So
yeah. And
uh
whereas I thought Giolito did great at Yankee Stadium frequently.
yeah, I'm still very, very um I'm so fine with Giolito not being on this team. Like
Yeah,
that,
it's
I
fine.
will
I
never
think
be
last year
convinced.
was great.
Um
Let's
I'm also scrolling, hang on real quick. I'm also scrolling and just one thing that popped up is slightly political but still sports. Stephen A. Smith is not ruling out a 2028 presidential run.
Oh, dude, that's been a thing for a minute.
Dude,
That's been a thing for a minute.
I'll leave.
Yeah,
I'll
I
leave
know.
this country.
I know. I'm
I
like, dude,
mean,
you don't need to run for president. We're good. We don't
like,
need any more like celebrities running for like we're good. Like
yeah,
that's yeah.
that's
He yeah.
crazy. Dude, I
So
hate
just
him so much. I
well,
mean,
he
I
also
hate
just
the current
I get
president too,
frustrated
but
with him. I get frustrated with him because he talks so much baseball, and I'm like, bro, you don't know
he doesn't know
anything
dick.
about baseball. You don't
And
know baseball.
he's also like
Um,
just are winning his arguments by just yelling over people, and I'm like,
yeah.
shut the fuck up, bro.
Listen,
Shut the
listen.
fuck up.
NBA, particularly late '90s, 2000s, 2010s NBA. He knows his stuff better
Yeah,
than anybody.
I'll
Like
never get
he's,
in his way when he's right, like,
but
but
I'm
he's
like,
wrong a
dude,
lot.
he called Garrett Cole Jarrett Cole, and he's a Yankees fan. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Oh,
Um,
also, what do you think of this? Hang on, this is also
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
read this before the Sonny Gray trade. Going back to the Red Sox, Ken Rosenthal and Jen McCaffrey have wrote that the Sox are showing interest in JT
I always saw that. I
I
saw
get his
that.
last name right. How do you do his last name?
I think it's
Real
Real
Muto?
Muto. Real Muto.
I that confuses me even.
Yeah, because we just obviously signed Connor Wong to that. It's like a $1.5 million pre-arb deal,
Yeah,
and then we have Narvaez.
right.
I wonder if Wong, but like, who's going to trade for Wong because he has such a bad year? I would be
Yeah,
fine with Real Muto. He's a beast, but then I actually think catching is a position that we literally do not need any help. Like I thought Narvaez was great defensively. He ended up slowing down offensively, but I think he was playing through an injury, and even his final season numbers as a catcher were upper 10%.
he
Uh,
got hurt is the thing. Is like
yeah, he
he
was injured.
battling injury. Yeah, that whole second half, and I can see like I mean I wouldn't like if JT's because JT's also on the older side. He's also I think
37.
36,
Yeah,
37. Yeah,
37.
I
Yeah.
think if I'm like, hey, are you cool being a backup catcher or like platooning like in case for when Narvaez might like get worn out because Narvaez did like work a ton last year.
Mhm.
If like JT's cool with that, then like I think that's a option to consider. But like if not, then like no, I don't
Or
think.
one of them plays first base.
Yeah. Also, Narvaez is my favorite. I think my favorite player on this team right now. Like I do not want
I
him
love him.
moved at all. So yeah, that's a no from me. But we'll see.
JT Realmuto is 34. I was wrong.
34. Okay, it's still on the older side, especially for
Catcher.
yeah, especially for a catcher. I mean, his knees are just obliterated.
Has he
Um,
played? Yeah, he's played first base. So that could be. You might be right. That
no,
could.
that's
Hey,
not a good. That's
no,
not.
no. But I'm saying like that could be a. Hey, man, we want you in the lineup because you're hitting well, but like Narvi's gonna start behind the plate, and then you guys will switch out behind the dish. Like I don't know. I don't.
I
That just
mean,
doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't. He's not quite a good enough pure offensive player to sign as like a DH type, and his offensive numbers have slowed down over the years. Like his OPS has gotten worse every year for the last 4 seasons. So
yeah, his
like,
OPS plus is 91. That's like not
nah,
good.
man. I mean, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna move the needle. His
Um,
first couple years in Philly were amazing, and then he's slowed down since
I
then.
mean, actually, I'm gonna look this up while we're gonna continue talking. I'm gonna just like look briefly to see what his like metrics would be at Fenway. Because I think
Played
that like
them- Did we play them at Fenway or in Philly this year? I don't remember.
uh we played them in Philly.
I don't even remember. Oh yeah, they took 2 out of 3 from us.
Yeah. Because of catcher's interference.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Dude, that was the one piece of like, and I don't know, catcher's interference is like it's such an interesting thing because I'm like, hey, at first it's like, hey, Narvaez, what the hell, man? And then you kind of like it's like they have to um where did it go? They have to keep track of like I mean they're basically dealing with like such high velo and batter sitting farther in the box.
Yeah.
That's like uh
Muto. I just don't. It doesn't. None of this like really makes any sense.
oh actually okay. Okay.
Does he rake at Fenway or something?
Yeah, I think he'd rake at Fenway.
I mean, he's a pull
I think
hitter,
you have
right-handed
like
pull
you have
hitter.
like one, two. I'm just counting off the top here, like one, two, three, four, five doubles and like eight flyouts that are outside of Fenway Park.
Okay.
Like maybe.
I'm just so like I don't know. I mean, we don't know what the hell's going on. We never know,
Yeah.
but it's interesting. Um,
Do you want to
I
talk
want
about what happened
yeah, that's what I
with
was
the Mets
gonna
and the
say.
Rangers?
I want to shift gears because I think that sort of has a potential impact to the Red Sox, as well as a number of other teams. Obviously, Marcus Simeon was traded from the Texas Rangers, who did not really. I'm gonna look up his numbers. He didn't really have a great season. He's typically a really good player, but he was traded for Brandon Nimmo to the Mets. Marcus Simeon, I think, has always has potential to hit 30 homers and be an MVP candidate. He hasn't been the last couple years. Brandon Nimmo is like a solid. I don't know. How would you categorize him as a hitter? He's like a pure slap hitter. Like he's
Yeah, I mean, he's a workhorse. His 2025 was like slightly was definitely a bounce back from 2024.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like he's a little bit
Actually he had a good year. 760 OPS for a contact hitter, 25 homers. He had a pretty good year.
yeah,
That's
90
not bad.
RBI. I
He had a
mean,
way
like
better year than Simeon.
I think the thing that's interesting about this is like it is I think it's really unusual in this day and age to have like a one for one trade happen.
Very strange.
I also I think from the Mets point of view, this actually I think makes quite a bit of sense because um Marcus Simeon is a gold glove, just won another gold glove
Yeah,
for second base,
makes
and the Mets infield is uh dog water.
yeah. And
Like
now we can look at maybe a McNeil. What's the other guy? Acuna, McNeil and Acuna
and Vientos is also probably going
at
to be a part of
first.
that shuffle because
Vientos could play first.
Vientos can play first, but he's also I think garbage defensively wherever, but like probably I think less so at first.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that with the Mets, it's like okay, yeah, slightly older bat, only 2 years I think on that contract left. Um, and I think if the glove is what's the reason for this trade, then I think this is a total win for them. But yeah, moving McNeil or Acuna to third, platoon third,
Goes to first.
and you move Vientos to first. I think like that rules out keep re-signing Alonso.
That's why I think it impacts a lot of teams. I think this is actually a bit of a Hail Mary because I think they know he's not coming back. I don't think the Mets have splashed a lot of cash over the years, and I think they're a little bit done with that. Maybe because their freaking owner's a psycho, but um
I think he's a good psycho. I like the.
no, I think it's good for baseball. I don't think it's a bad. I mean that in an endearing way. I don't think it's
I don't
bad for
think it
baseball.
means the Mets are curtailing spending because now they have an outfield vacancy.
Dilemma.
They have a corner outfield spot, and there are two great corner outfielders on the market right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think if I'm a Mets fan, I'm probably coping with the fact that Pete Alonso is not coming back, but I am very optimistic that my corner outfielders are Juan Soto and either Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker. Like that's
yeah.
where I'd be as a Mets fan.
That's fine, man.
Um, the
Get Bellinger
Rangers.
out of
Oh,
the
sorry, go
AL
ahead.
East. I just said get Bellinger out of the AL East, man. He had a good year. I don't want to see him
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't think he hit well at City Field though. I don't that ballpark. That ballpark kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Uh, but for the Rangers, I'm very confused.
Well, they're
Uh,
selling. Dude, I've seen Corey Seager trade rumors. Like,
they're I'm right. They're selling, but like Nimmo saves them $5 million. It's
very
Nimmo
strange.
saves them 15 million over the next 3 years, and then adds 20 million to payroll for the remaining 2 years after that. So it's not like really a cost saving thing. I mean, if he replaces Garcia in the outfield and in the lineup, that's definitely an improvement for this team. But like
Yeah.
in terms of shedding payroll, like that's not exactly what I would have done. Like I wouldn't have.
Remember the Rangers non-tendered Adolis Garcia.
That's what I'm saying is like Nimmo
Yeah,
takes that spot.
right, which is a weird replacement.
No, not
They have
really. I
to
mean, Garcia, dude, Garcia's that fall off from 2023 is
crazy.
his Garcia. I mean, the fact of the matter is like I think Garcia's OBP is under 3.
Yeah,
Like I think that's automatically anyone is better than you at that point.
it's
And
bad.
Nimmo slightly better OBP. Sirens on my end. But he's got yeah, I think he's overall got a healthier bat. Um, and he wait, hang on, I'm looking at Simeon by mistake. Whoops. No, yeah. Nimmo's got a much healthier on base percentage.
No,
Uh,
Nick was a dog. I've always
so
thought he was a good player.
yeah, I just the money piece of it. I'm like, this isn't how you shed payroll. You don't 5 million a year is not shedding payroll.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by all of that. They
Yeah,
non-traded Jonah Heim too, which is a little interesting.
Jonah Heim. Yeah, I mean, he's also had a fall off. Like, I kind of get it,
Yeah.
but
What's going to happen to Corey Seager is going to be very interesting because I've read
yeah.
Dodgers reunion. I've read potentially
How does that work?
New York Yankees. I've heard some crazy stuff.
Yankees would make more sense because Anthony Volpe is the worst baseball player of all time.
Yeah, and they keep doubling down on him, but there's no way. I mean, there's no way
Dude,
they're
he's so bad.
you can't run it back
Um,
with him. Not that I want to even talk about the
yeah.
Yankees, but they cannot run it back with him.
Dude, actually, I do want to talk about the Yankees briefly because Hal Steinbrenner said yesterday that the Yankees, he implied the Yankees are not profitable. And I'm
That's
like, bro,
asinine.
shut the fuck up. I'm like,
Compared to
dude,
what?
Hal, I'm like, I don't know how to tell him, but like, Hal, your dad from the grave, your dad hates you right now. Like,
Bro,
what are
they're
you doing?
sell out every game. I mean, that's just a asinine thing to say. And they probably, I would assume they have, especially with the judge, they probably have the most jersey sales or second or third most jersey sales in Major League Baseball.
Their,
They're definitely making money.
their valuation is like $8 billion.
Yeah, it's just an insane thing to
Like,
say.
shut the
I
fuck up,
don't know
dude.
what metric of not profitable is, but it's not based in reality.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I mean, with the also the thing about the Rangers is interesting is like, or about Brennan Nimmo specifically, is that he had a full no trade.
Yeah, I know. I saw that he waived the no trade clause.
So getting him to go like to waive his no trade, like I think like if you're in Nimmo's position, like the Mets are your homegrown team. They drafted you, they developed you, you've played your whole career there. You have a full no trade on your extension, and then would you waive that to go to a team that is like rebuilding?
It doesn't.
Like he literally built a home in Port St. Lucie, like where the Mets do spring training. Like I, I
Yeah,
have a
the
hard
math
time
doesn't. The
believing.
math is mathing. I don't really understand. And he's still like, I think that you're correct in the sense of the Mets benefit defensively from that trade, but like Jeff McNeil in for 3 seasons now has outperformed Marcus Simeon. Like the
I thought,
Rangers offensively won that trade.
oh,
Very
offensively, sure, but I don't think Jeff McNeil is considered a
he's a corner
particularly.
outfielder. He's like,
Yeah, McNeil's not considered like a great second baseman though. So
he played in the corner outfield too a lot this year. I think
yeah,
he,
no, there is versatility to McNeil, which is definitely a plus.
yeah,
Um, I would yeah try to get him out of the infield as much as I could, or can. But yeah, also just I mean like looking at City Field's dimensions just because it popped up on McNeil's Baseball Savant, like I don't
that's
know that Corey Seager would not do well at this ballpark
where at
at City Field.
no.
Um, but
Well,
yeah, I also to
caveat
the
being Corey Seager does well at any ballpark, but less well.
yeah, I think if he were to go to um
Bro, what the hell?
if he
This
were to
just
go
doesn't into it doesn't make any sense.
yeah, I think if he were to go to LA, that'd be interesting because then I guess Mookie goes back to right.
Second base.
Oh, right, they don't have a second baseman really.
Yeah,
But
that's what makes
Edmonds there, I like that roster is so confusing to me. Like it's such a that
well.
ro-
So
on paper
Ro-
that roster's a mess, but somehow they're the best team in baseball.
Rojas is gonna probably. I mean, maybe he'll go back to the Dodgers, but he's a free agent. If they get back Corey Seager, you have multiple years of Mookie at second, Seager at short. Freddie Freeman has what 2, 3 more years on his contract at first base. They have Muncy again next year. Like their infield is set. They're completely set for next year.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I actually don't think he's going to get traded. Corey Seager, I think that that might just be one of those like they're blowing some smoke to just see what's out there, and there might not be anything that actually comes of it. But
Contract's also really expensive and he
yeah,
gets
it's a
hurt.
$300 million contract.
He gets hurt and also like but despite getting hurt, like I forget I saw his stat line recently and it like kind of like it blew me away just because he's been hurt so often. He played 102 games, but he had a 6 WAR season.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Like that's incredible. It's just like, but at the same time, his contract is, uh, yeah, it's like $32 million a year.
I'm
So
looking right now just at some more advanced metrics of Corey Seager, and I mean, it doesn't really matter how you spin it. The guy is a stud. He's an absolute stud. Well, listen, we wanted some hot stuff. It's funny because this was a year that I had sort of penciled in my mind as like not a lot of free agents besides Vladimir Guerrero, and then at the beginning of the year that got taken off. But this
yeah,
is already a hot stovey offseason.
yeah. I mean, it's great. I'm loving it. It's they're being creative. Um, I was definitely a little worried if like the lockout would kind of kill some of the vibes. Um,
Yeah.
excuse me. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a free agency signing that happened that I forgot
Well,
about.
the last thing we can talk about is that there was the trade. Grayson Rodriguez got traded from the
Yeah,
Orioles.
dude,
That was
what are
bizarre.
the Orioles
That
doing?
was bizarre. What are they thinking for Taylor Ward, right?
Taylor Ward's great,
He's a
like,
good player, but
but they have
Grayson Rodriguez, like
outfielders.
they don't have any pitching. Why did they trade him?
I mean, and Grayson Rodriguez is like a huge question mark. Also, like that. So if like I would consider the Sonny Gray, Dick Fitz, like the Sox Cardinals trade and the Mets Rangers trades. I think both of those are wins for all teams and all parties
Yeah, I
involved.
think so.
The Angels Orioles trade is a lose for everybody involved because the
Really don't
Angels.
understand.
You know the Angels didn't do a physical on Grayson Rodriguez before trading for him?
What?
They didn't do a physical on a guy whose elbow just exploded like 2 years ago.
Bro, he's like a known injury threat always.
The Angels organization is such a joke, and it makes me so upset.
It's funny because he had his I'm just pulling up his stats right now. He had this quote when he got traded over there. He's like, "We're definitely going to be playing in October." I'm like, "Bro, who's going to tell him? Who's going
Wait,
to tell him?"
Grayson Rodriguez said that?
Yes.
Maybe he has CTE, like in addition to the elbow.
Bro thinks he's him, dog. He's a good pitcher when he's healthy, but
Dude. Yeah, but
yeah,
he hasn't
I
been
don't
healthy in a minute.
at least for the Angels, you can say it kind of makes sense. Like they're addressing a very obvious hole that they don't have a lot of pitching.
Right, but that's
Why
if
did the
he's healthy.
Orioles take on Taylor Ward? Like Taylor Ward's a good player. He's very good, but like
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense. Their lackluster offensive performance this year, I think, was a bit of an anomaly. Like I think Rutschman will be better next year. I think Mountcastle will be better next year. I think Holiday will be better next year. Like they don't really need a home run hitter.
I mean, like, yeah, Tyler O'Neill is on that roster. He needs to play more games. He needs to be healthy.
He's an
Uh,
yeah. I
he
mean,
played, do you know how many games he played last year?
like 30. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, it's 54.
54. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was hurt the whole time. He
And
did
he
hit his
hit,
opening day home run, which he always does.
yeah, he hit 199 uh with a with a like 684 OPS. Like that's not good. Uh so
But there
typically
it
I guess like
doesn't make sense to get rid of like they have no what Charlie Morton was like their only freaking pitcher. He was like the worst statistical pitcher who had a qualified amount of starts. He was terrible.
yeah. I mean, I think that deal gets a little bit better for the Orioles if they trade some of the remaining outfielders they have. Like I'm forgetting their names exactly, but if they like, if they ditch Carlson or actually Kauser or Kierstad,
Yeah.
like Kierstad's got a negative 1.6 WAR, so like maybe not.
Mm.
But like if they can ditch some of these young outfielders that they've got for pitching, like that's definitely that makes this deal a little bit better for them.
Yeah.
Overall, like, and also again, the Angels, like, why are you not doing a physical on a guy who just had Tommy John? Like, yo, you there? Oh shit. Okay, yeah, let's I think we're just gonna have to quickly wrap it up because I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
All
No
right.
worries.
Yeah, guys, sorry about that. Spectrum is off, and it's also the only internet provider in the city, and my Wi-Fi crashed, and so we're gonna just wrap this up. But overall, for the Sox, Sonny Gray, I'm excited to have him in the rotation. I think that's gonna do us a lot of good if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Any final thoughts?
Obviously, as always, it remains to be seen, but I suppose I'm glad that we're doing something. I'd like to just continue to stir the pot and see what comes out. Where's that bat? I want
Yeah,
that bat.
I want that
I want
back.
that bat.
All right, guys. As always, check us out on Substack, Instagram,
Oh,
and like, subscribe, leave us reviews, and we will see you sometime probably after the holidays. We'll see.
whenever some crazy stuff happens.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever crazy shit happens. All right, guys. Bye.